Hey everybody, this is Brian from PNB Homesteading, and I'm going to do an update with the back here, the little mid-sized grow tent that I'm doing our microgreens in. I do have my LED glasses on, so let me go ahead and turn the tent on, and we'll get you some shot video here. Alright, in case you guys ever want to see these, my little lid doesn't stay up now. These are my light timers. This is my water timer. This is my heating and cooling timer. This over here is the moisture humidity sensor, and connected to fans that suck out the humidity in my tents, so that way you guys can avoid having things like, mold issues inside the big tent. The little tent over here, I'm not too worried about moisture building up at this point, but if it does become a problem, I will add another one of these sensor units. But I was getting some, those little gnat bugs kind of things growing in my tent, and I didn't like that because it was making it too moist inside the big grow tent here. But that's kind of my setup for my electronics. I mean, that's always the kind of that's the kind of the cool toy factor of doing all this stuff for me. But anyway, let's get back to the tent. Alright, so we've got some updates on this tent. So inside here, as you can see, I've got the new 200 watt equivalency lights up there. I took the 18 watt blue LEDs, put them on the sides, so that way I can have them giving as much light to these top row plants, because this is like the finishing staging area before the plants come over here into the salad bar LED area, where this is where we do our weekly harvests. And as you can see, these plants are doing pretty healthy. This here, I believe, now that I've got the top growth on this, I think this is the hot mustard mix. I didn't tag it because I want to tag it and then give you guys false stuff, but when I was tasting it, it did seem to have the spiciness of the mustard greens. This here, I can't remember what these are. I think it's the chard, but I'm not positive. But these two trays, I believe, are the mustard mix. And then I believe this is the spinach. I took the other spinach, and when I do the video update for the large grow tent over here, you'll see what I've done with the extra trays in here. And so by moving the trays out of here, that has allowed me to put in new seating trays down there as well as down there. And down under here, I took the lights that used to be on top, so now we have, let's see, let me adjust this camera so you guys can kind of get a video shot of that. Can't really see it. Keep going down any further, I'm going to smack the floor. But it has the same lights as up under here. So it's got the 120 watt equivalency lights, just like these, down underneath here on this tray now. So now these have all been seated, and as you can see, I got my tags and I've put them in. So now these trays are marked. So now when these trays go through the rotation, you guys are going to be able to see how quickly and how vigorous they are based on where they are in the tent. And we'll check this lighting out and see if we've eliminated the legginess or not. So like up on this one here, we've got the gourmet lettuce blend, and we've got the beta salad mix, and all of these, because the beta salad mix is one of your quicker growing and vigorous ones if you want to do like basically weekly harvest and then rotational, chop and put back into the tent. So like, and here's what I was talking about, what I'm going to do with the the trays. I'm going to basically put a tag in here. So this one had its first cut, and now it's back in the tent. And so I got a first cut here on this level. So normally, if I wasn't seeding new trays, this tray would be down here, and it would work its way up as I took these trays off the top and moved them back into the salad bar LED area. But since I have the new seedling trays, I'm going to let those two be the germination area for this current batch, and then I'll just leave this tray on here, and then I'll just kind of rotate them up. I'll fill this area here. Then I also have some room in the big tent that I can put the ones that need to regrow into that tent. So we're still a work in progress to getting this whole cyclical thing going up and down, and then across over here to the harvest area. But that's kind of the update for the tent today. It's oh, and I did put some greenhouse plastic over here on the side to cover the LEDs for when I do watering. So that way, in case I splash over, over the side here, it's not going to smack and spray right onto the LEDs, hopefully. I get spazzy and decide I'm going to fling water around it. You're going to short things out anyway, but I try to protect it as best I can. That way you guys can see, hopefully, some best practices to keep things safe and, doing your own indoor grows, and you don't have to worry about any electrical fires or anything like that. I kind of like to avoid that kind of thing with my setup. All right. Well, that's kind of the update for the mid-size tent. This has been Brian from PNB Homesteading. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye, guys.